happens too many times, and we keep seeing it over and over, that things happen to people and people just don't do anything about it because they don't know what to do, or they're afraid to do anything.
Absolutely.
You know, and so the whole goal for me for wanting to start the Change Agents Advocacy Group is to help empower people so that they can feel like they have the power to make a difference, so that they can go and pursue their own justice. You know, if they have to, then they know that they're not afraid. If they need to write a letter, they need to make a call to the president, that they feel comfortable doing that on their own behalf. If you can't afford to hire an attorney, and I'm not telling people to go out and act like I did and do what I did.
Just that it is possible.
It is possible that you don't have to just take things lying down.
Oh,
and that you can educate yourself, and that you can fight back. You know, you can have a voice for yourself. And I think that that's really important because of so much of what we see happening today. You know, we see an awful lot of bad things happening, almost like, again, I mean, some of the things that we saw or that were happening in the 50s and the 60s and even earlier than that with racism and discrimination. We're seeing so much of that all over again. I know I hear my mother saying all the time, gosh, this reminds me so much of what life was like when I was a teenager. It's the same things all over again.
How is that possible?
I don't know. I don't know how.
Is it that we are not... obviously we've not learned the lessons that we needed to learn back then, because history is repeating itself in a different way. That old adage, same stuff, different day. But the empowerment piece, understanding what your rights are and understanding your resources is a huge piece. Because I was always brought up that if you received a document from court to go to court, you either needed a lawyer, or if you couldn't afford one, you were just up a creek. And I went into my experiences just laying down and letting people run over me because I didn't have that information. I didn't know that I could have, you know, resources to the library and how to look things up and how to build a case to support myself. Oh my goodness.
It's a lot of work.
Your phone is going to ring off the hook. And I must back up to say that Angela's purpose is not to take on the role of a lawyer. She absolutely knows her expertise and limitations. But my goodness, wouldn't it be nice to call somebody to say, hey, what was your experience? What is it like? And I think that there is a big gap between you know, the judicial system and the community, because one is not talking to the other.